before I begin, I would just like to point out with my very large hands that this is in fact the largest audience ever to attend a school board meeting. Anyone who disputes this, backed with facts like actually counting the number of people here, is a liar and spreading fake news. Let me just say, folks, I'm a great negotiator. I really am, maybe the greatest. And folks, we're going to reach a deal that makes teaching great again. Trust me. We're going to come up with a huge, huge contract. An amazing deal that brings American jobs back to American teachers right here in America. The answer is quite simple, folks. What we're going to do is we're going to offer the highest raises to teachers in the history of contracts, and then we make Santa Maria pay for it. All right. Well, thank you. But humor aside, I do have a little less than 3 minutes left to do all I can to encourage and persuade our school board to take the steps necessary to come to a fair contract with L.M.U.T.A. We meet with the district again this Friday, and we're hopeful that a deal can be reached. We greatly respect all the considerations that must be weighed in coming to a fair settlement, and we are working hard to elevate the substance and the tone of our talks together with the district team. My goal tonight is to see that the goodwill and mutual respect teachers and the administration have been building together for the last 2 years means that the possibility of a fair settlement is reached quickly and amicably, and that our settlement becomes that possibility becomes a reality. L.M.U.T.A, I'm not sure I said his name right, he's a world-renowned educator and psychologist. His work champions guiding principles for living together in mutual respect and dignity. A quote from his book, Between Teacher and Child, speaks well towards the power those in charge have to truly to be a positive influence in the world. In his talking about his role as a classroom teacher, L.M.U.T.A writes, I have come to a frightening conclusion that I am a decisive element in my classroom. It is my personal approach that creates the climate. It is my daily mood that creates the weather. As a teacher, I possess tremendous power to make a child's life miserable or joyous. I can be a tool of torture or an instrument of inspiration. I can humiliate or humor, hurt or heal. In all situations, it is my response that decides whether a crisis will be escalated or de-escalated and a child humanized or dehumanized. This quote, which I found on the wall of a fellow teacher's classroom 25 years ago, has never left my heart. And just as I strive to live by these ideas in every interaction I have with my students, I ask you tonight to listen and consider how such ideas might apply to in your position as our school board members. As school board members, you are the single most decisive element in our contract negotiations. It is your approach that creates the climate. It is your attitudes that create the weather. You possess tremendous power to make all members of this community, its teachers, administrators, students, and parents, miserable or joyous. You can be a tool of torture or an instrument of inspiration. You can humiliate or humor, hurt or heal. In all situations, it is your response that decides whether a crisis will be escalated or de-escalated and your employee is humanized or dehumanized. When we leave in a moment and you meet together to discuss negotiations, remember that you are in fact creating the climate of our school district. The students, parents, and educators you serve greatly look forward to hearing what you have to offer at our next negotiations meeting this Friday. Thank you very much.